Hi everybody, I'm Michael. I'm a landscape architect and environmentalist. And today we're going to be talking about Gigantor. No, really, this is the Burgundy rubber plant, also known as the Burgundy ficus. The botanical name for this plant is Ficus elastica Burgundy. We're going to go for a deep dive into the care needs for this plant. So, you ready to dig in? Let's grow. So this beauty here, the Burgundy rubber plant, another common name it goes by, is a really cool houseplant. You do need room for this to grow. It grows quite large, it grows quite bushy. We live here in South Florida, and these things outside can grow to like 80 feet tall. We had one behind our Miami Shores home, and it was enormous. But they actually adapt well to working, to growing inside your home. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the characteristics of the plant, and then we'll go on to the care needs. So it has there's a more of an upright growth. This one here is a multi-stem, and it actually has enough growth going on that we'll drop some of these aerial roots, which are cool. We'll show you some of that later in a video, close up. And it grows through these long woody. It grows off these long woody stems, and gets these giant ovate leaves, which have this wonderful burgundy color to them. And on the back side, it gets, I'll show you on this one here, it gets this beautiful red midrib. Isn't that pretty? And new growth will come out of these little red spears here, and then they'll unfurl, they'll be a little bit reddish, and then they come out and quickly turn to this dark burgundy green. The plant is pretty tough. Doesn't have a lot of pests. I'm going to move on to some of the care needs now. For the lighting needs of your ficus, your Burgundy ficus, is to give it bright light. You can give it some moderate light. We actually have this one growing in moderate light. It doesn't grow a lot, but it's doing quite well. A lot of people recommend bright, or even maybe a little bit of afternoon sun, a few hours of afternoon sun. It could probably take it. The Taniki, the variegated version, which I've done a video on that for propagation. We'll do another video on care soon. That one doesn't want to get direct light. It can burn the leaves. But lighting, so to medium to bright light, they'll do fine. You can even bring it into moderate light. Now for pests, we don't really know. There's not really a lot of pests that the plant has. It can get some scale, but we've never had that on any of our ficuses. The soil type, if you're going to be repotting your plant, we recommend a 50% indoor potting mix with a 50% cactus. And if you're doing a 3 gallon, put in 1 cup of perlite. This baby's in a 3 gallon. So if we were to up pot it to, like I say, 7 gallon container, or in between that, we'd probably put 2 cups of perlite in there. And that gives a lot of airflow in there. You can also, a little trick, you can also put in a little handful of lava rock in that mix to make it breathable. A lot of soils that I've seen in the past, people get too dense of a soil for their indoor plants, and it holds too much water, and that can create problems with fungus gnats and other, if you have a non-indoor grow mix, they can attach to some of that compost or decay stuff, and then you have a pest problem. But the soil, just a nice loamy soil, and the plant will do fine. For watering the plant, this plant can go quite a bit of time without watering. You can water this every 7 to 10 days. I always recommend, and do this on the videos, is a 1 knuckle, 2 knuckle. For this plant with a 3 gallon, you go 2 knuckles down, which is about 2 inches. And if you dig your finger in there and you pull it up, and you don't have a lot of moisture on your finger, then you're pretty good. This one has a little bit of moisture, so we can go a few more days. So it's not married to watering every 8 to 10 days or thereabouts. Let's say on average 9 days. You want to just pick 9 days on average. You just want to test the plant and see that it's not holding water. In our plant here, I'm going to tip this, I'm going to bring it out and tip it forward. We actually set it on a base of leca. And that, when we pour through it, that water goes down there past the leca to the bottom of the container. And these guys, whoops, these guys here, these roots have already broke free, which is telling me I'm eventually gonna have to repot it, have started latching onto that leca. So it's telling us that this plant could probably grow in leca. Problem with that is that it gets so big, it would probably have trouble structurally holding itself up. We've got some Ficus taniki babies growing in leca, and they're doing pretty well. But we just wanted to see how well it would do in that kind of semi-hydroponic environment. But it needs a little, probably would do better with a soil mix. But we use that leca at the bottom to catch any extra water, so it's not sitting at the bottom of the grow container, that so the roots aren't sitting in stale water. I think I covered the bases. Oh wait, there's temperature for your home, typical AC, you know, this will do well anywhere from 60 to 78 degrees. And it doesn't actually need a lot of humidity, which is what most homes have with indoor air. Indoor air is going to be in that range of around 30% plus or minus humidity, and these guys do fine. I think the leca helps us, and that with the water just below the leca, it probably brings up a little bit of moisture up into the plant. But we have not had to do really anything, y'all. We just set it there and enjoy it over here in the corner as we enter into our living room, and we just love it. We love it. So I'll end with the fertilizing. This plant, we fertilize maybe from like April. You can do about 6 months of fertilizing with the FICUS, a simple 20-20-20 liquid fertilizer, full strength, in your watering can with your water, and just water it around the base every time you water it up until September. So about 6 months, April to September, thereabouts, and you're good to go. So I hope this was helpful, and if you have any comments, just leave them in the description box below, and I'll make sure I get back to you. So what we'll do now is we're gonna move on to show you the care instructions written out, and then we'll do a summary. Well, thanks for joining us. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that these plants are super good at getting dust out of your home. They are like giant dust magnets. So remember to dust them down once a month and pull off any of that dust bunny stuff that's floats around in our air. Yeah, it's just picking it up like crazy. So until next time, I'm Michael. Bye-bye.
If you found value in this video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We post weekly. Thanks.